West Wyatt, the week off to another beautiful start and more dry weather out there. And of course, that fire danger continues with it being so dry. But we finally have a little bit of rain in the forecast. Let's check out our weather headlines. That system we've been telling you about around the middle of the week still looks like we can get some rain out of it, and maybe a half inch of rain in some areas, and even a chance for some thunderstorms. No major risk for organized risk for any severe thunderstorms. That risk, there's a marginal risk in areas off to the north of us. And at this point, it looks like all that's going to move out with more dry weather rolling in just in time for our weekend. And what a day out there, 70-degree temperatures. But tonight, be ready. If you're going to be out and about this evening, you'll want to bundle up. That temperature is going to drop quickly. That's a live look from Birmingham Shuttlesworth International Airport, a live view from Centerville, where we're showing 73 degrees, and you can see the winds north-northeast. And we've had some fires out there. That Centerville camera, that may be some smoke from some of those fires there to the south. I noticed there was one. You know, we've had some controlled burns in parts of the state. We've also had some wildfires. There's one, in fact, across southern Cherokee County that we've been keeping a watch on. 64 now in Pell City, 63 in Jasper. But again, a dry setup, and look at this. The chill is in the air tomorrow morning. Again, you'll need that jacket. 45 Jasper, 46 in Fayette, 48 around Anniston, and 47 there for Talladega. And checking out what's going on in the tropics, well, we had Julia that we were keeping a watch on. That system now dissipating as it's moved over Central America, made a landfall as a hurricane. There is an upper level trough over the Yucatan that's going to move northwest over the far southwest Gulf around the Bay of Campeche, and there's a chance that that may become better organized over the next couple of days, and the chance is low, about 20%, but it's something we're keeping our eye on. We're going to talk more about Julia here coming up on Weather Extra. Just a reminder that if you have our weather app anytime, you can get those tropical tracks there on the First Alert Weather app. So that's what's going on in the tropics as the dry weather continues. Still some cool things you can check out in the night sky. Let's head over to meteorologist Lenahan for an update on what's happening.
Hey, Wes. Yeah. Has really been so ideal for those optimum views of the night sky. We got to see the International Space Station a few times last week and may not get to see it this week, but we still have plenty of good views and those feel-good fall vibes in the air. So the sun actually just set around 6:19, but tomorrow morning going to be rising at 6:49. And yes, the days are beginning to get shorter and shorter. So putting a positive spin on that, at least we can get some great views of the stars at night when we have this clear, dry weather in place. So you're still going to be able to see the full moon this evening, but you can also see a few other planets still this week. Same planets we were able to see last week, still optimum views for them: Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. The best time to view Mars is going to be after midnight, and those best views especially going to be a little closer to sunrise, before sunrise, maybe around 5 a.m. in the morning. And then Jupiter, if you notice that thing, that dot in the sky that looks really bright next to the moon, that's actually Jupiter. So great views this time of the year. You can view that all night long. And then Saturn, the best views are going to be after sunset. So as far as the moon, Jupiter look a little bit more to the east, Saturn a little bit more to the south this evening. So that full moon, which is still basically in full moon stage, it actually occurred yesterday, but we've still got it at about 99% illumination. It's the hunter's moon, and we call it the hunter's moon in October because hunting season is beginning, and it gives us a clue that winter's just around the corner. So hunters have to get out there and prepare for the winter ahead. But as we look ahead to the next couple of days, at least the next 24 hours, we're still going to have those optimum views of the night sky, West. The question is, what about later this week? I know we've been talking about the potential for some rain in the forecast. Is that going to make it cloudy? Maybe better views again as we get into the weekend. Yeah,
every time you say Jupiter, I think of that train song. You remember? Was it Drops of Jupiter?
It's a good one.
It's a good one. Hey, thanks, Lauren. Always great. You know, it's fun to when the weather's nice like this, you have the low humidities. This is actually some of the best time of the year. You don't have quite as much haze unless, well, you're in one of those areas where we have one of those fires nearby. But typically, it's great sky watching conditions this time of the year. All right, okay, coming up, you know, I talked about Julia. We're going to have more on that. We're just getting started as we talk more about what's going to happen with this wet weather later in the week, more on the changing season, updates on the latest in the wake of Ian, and we're going to talk about climate and pumpkins. That's all coming up. Stay with us.
When 6 on Your Side investigates, the issues that directly impact you matter most to us.
That's why we're getting answers on rising prices and how you can save some money.
And being another set of eyes looking out for your kids and your family.
Getting to the bottom of health and billing issues that may be hidden in the fine print.
How events nationwide are affecting you here at home.
WBRC Fox 6 is always here on your side, ready to help. This is why 6 on Your Side investigates.
These are your mornings, and Good Day Alabama is built to start them right. The only station staying local on all platforms all morning long. In your community, giving you a deeper perspective with the largest team dedicated to you. Showing new stories from overnight, helping you get through your day. With First Alert weather and traffic, getting to the point, not wasting your time. These are your mornings. Prepare for a good day. Prepare with Good Day Alabama.
When moments turn severe, how do you find clarity?
This is your first alert from the WBRC Fox 6 weather team. We're with you as we prepare for this threat.
In a season of constant change, when you need to know first, when you need to prepare, only one team gives you the first alert wherever you are. A trusted team staying ahead of what's next in your neighborhood. Stay alert. Stay with the First Alert Weather Team. Live, new, and on your side, beginning at 9 p.m. In a day filled with clutter and noise, WBRC Fox 6 News breaks down what you need to know before anyone else. With new updates, live and on the scene, answers for your money and your livelihood, with 6 on Your Side investigates. And your first alert for the hours and days ahead with the WBRC First Alert Weather Team. On your favorite platforms every night. WBRC Fox 6 News at 9 and 10. On your side.
Welcome back to First Alert Weather Extra. I'm meteorologist Lenahan. In case you missed it, over the weekend in the Western Caribbean, Hurricane Julia made landfall in Nicaragua. It came into Central America as a Category 1 storm, and you'll see new video coming out of Honduras which shows where Julia brought rain and wind inland. So though Julia has dissipated, it eventually is going to continue to emerge, the remnants of it, into the eastern Pacific, but it's still brought nearly 15 inches of rain to parts of Central America, leading to flash floods and even landslides. Meanwhile, an update on the aftermath of Hurricane Ian. The sheriff of Lee County, Florida, the county hardest hit by Hurricane Ian, has confirmed 56 people died there. Many of those people drowned in Ian's intense storm surge, which is that rise of the water level. Law enforcement is still working around the clock to look for people who are still missing. They're checking cars and vessels still submerged with dive teams and are even using drones to look for survivors.
We are continuing to launch our fleet drones daily. This is because we're in areas that we can't access by car or boat. Waterways, mangroves. We want to ensure that we do a thorough search and leave no stone unturned.
Ian has claimed more than 120 lives, making it one of the deadliest storms to ever hit the United States. And if you want to do your part to help out, WBRC Fox 6 News and our parent company, Gray Television, are teaming up with the Salvation Army to help raise funds for those impacted by Hurricane Ian. You can donate online or just text STORM to 51555. So we all know, with it being October, pumpkins are one of this season's hottest items, but unfortunately may be a little difficult to get a pumpkin this year. There has been new research that has been ongoing that has been showing not only the issue with the price of pumpkins, but also it turns out this year's intense heat and drought across parts of the country are giving these gorgeous gourds a run for their money. A new study from the World Weather Attribution says severe drought is hurting this year's pumpkin harvest. Experts say the drought impacted much of the west and even southern parts of the U.S. They say it is 20 times more likely to occur due to climate change. The study found human-induced climate change can enhance these periods of extreme dryness, now expecting to occur more frequently, every 20 years or so. While the drought may not completely jeopardize this season's pumpkin plans, ongoing inflation, like I mentioned, alone could make your stroll through the patch a little bit more expensive. What about trees? If we take a look in Minnesota, one park in particular in Minneapolis has been seeing an ongoing onslaught of dying trees in their area. We check in for a report on how this could be reflected by climate change.
If a tree falls in the middle of a park, it turns out it doesn't matter if anyone is around to hear it. Experts say it still tells us a whole lot about how the drought is impacting our state.
People think that something this permanent will always be there.
Professor Lee Freilich has spent his life studying trees, and for decades, one tree near the U of M director of forest ecology's home had fascinated him.
All the droughts and all the big thunderstorms with high winds and the lightning and the hail and all that for 300 years. It dealt with a lot.
But in August, this summer's drought caught up to it, and the bur oak toppled. Freilich says it's not a coincidence, but rather the result of changing weather patterns becoming more severe.
2017, 18, and 19, we just had incredible amounts of rain. And then all of a sudden in 2021 and 2022, we have these incredibly deep droughts. A really old tree can't make those shifts.
On Thursday, southern Hennepin County moved into extreme drought stages, taking its toll on creeks, lakes, rivers, and now trees.
We never fully recovered from the 2021 drought, so this drought is building on what happened last year. So we're just kind of compounding issues as we go further along.
This one looks really bad. You can see it's got dead branches at the top of the crown already.
Freilich says in the last few weeks, more trees are dying. And with no rain in the forecast, he's worried about the future at Loring Park.
They're dying all over the city, and it's not only bur oaks.
Adam Duxter, WCCO 4 News.
And that certainly can give us perspective here in central Alabama with our own abnormally dry drought conditions and moderate drought in the northern and southern part of the state. It's hard to believe that parts of the country have really been hurting a lot more than we have here at home. But coming up next, speaking of drought, Chief Meteorologist lets us know when that next chance of rain is on the way. And then meteorologist Jill Gilardi gives us a glimpse of what could be some even colder temperatures beyond the 7-day. We'll be right back.
Remodeling a shower or bath can be tricky with gas prices up and tight monthly budgets. Cost is a real concern. But West Shore Home is helping homeowners get the shower bath they need right now. I'm joined by Kirsten from West Shore Home. And Kirsten, tell us, how is West Shore making bath remodeling affordable?
So Joe, for folks who want to get their bath or shower project done right now, we have a very special offer. We know that monthly budgets are a little bit tight right now, which is why we wanted to make this offer available to everyone. If they give us a call, we have 18 months of no payments and no interest financing. That means they can get their shower or bath done now and not have to make a payment for 18 full months.
So you're saying people can get their new shower or bath installed right now and not have to worry about making any payments or paying any interest until 2024. That's really helpful.
Definitely. People love this plan because it allows them to be flexible with their finances.
Can we see some projects you've done recently?
Absolutely. So here's one where the homeowner wanted to replace their old fiberglass shower with something more new and modern. So we replaced it with a beautiful marble style shower with an easy low step entry and a beautiful shower door.
That is amazing. Perfect combination of safety and beauty.
It definitely is. So let's take a look at another one. These homeowners were struggling with mold and mildew from their old tile. They were tired of scrubbing. We were able to give them this beautiful new shower that is so much easier to clean. You can get a new shower or bath just like this when you call right now, and you won't have any interest or payments until 2024.
Kirsten, thanks so much. Folks, do not put off that shower or bath project any longer. West Shore Home is making it affordable to take care of that bath project right now. West Shore Home is extending this offer for 1 week only. Free installation on all shower and bath projects. And for a limited time, they're doing 18 months of flexible financing. That's no payments and no interest until early 2024. This is an offer you don't want to miss. Call the shower and bath experts at West Shore Home now.
All right, time for our first alert 7-day forecast, and we're looking at temperatures there rising into the 80s again tomorrow afternoon. A cold start to the day, but the next big thing is that chance of rain on Wednesday. It looks like most of that wet weather is going to come in during the afternoon, evening, overnight, and then into Thursday morning, and then that system moves out. I can't promise a lot of rain. There's still some data. You know, when you come off of a dry stretch like this, it's tough to get some rain in here, and that system, it certainly wouldn't surprise me Right now we're seeing the possibility of a ½ inch of rain. It wouldn't surprise me if it did back off on a little bit of the wet weather, but it's still hanging on to that chance. I don't certainly think it's going to be the kind of system that's going to pull us out of the rainfall deficit, but at least enough rain to settle the dust. But maybe if you wash the car tomorrow, that'll help our chances out as well. You can see Friday into Saturday, we've got some sunshine up to 80 degrees going into the weekend, and a chance that we could see some wet weather going into next week. Here's that First Alert AccuTrack radar, and I just want to show the temperature change that's underway. Notice we were in the 70s when we checked in, and we had that last hourly observation across the state. Now we're seeing a lot more 60s out there, and with it being so dry, these temperatures, they just drop off quickly. So grab the jackets for later this evening in the morning. This is what some of the model data is showing into the low temperature range. There's some areas we could be as low as 43. Look at that in Gaston, showing 44 in Fayette, 48 around T-Town, Birmingham, and over towards Anniston, maybe a few clouds drifting in, but at this point looks very dry again for tomorrow, and those temperatures will warm up. Also dry through tomorrow evening. When could we see rain, though? Notice the model data brings this in possibly by lunchtime, some wet weather on Wednesday, a few showers, and then we kind of moisten up. We start to see some of that moisture build in with that south flow returning, and that will bring that chance of showers. Looks like a better chance in the afternoon. Maybe a thunderstorm, greater chance of storms where we have more upper level support in areas to the north. No severe weather expected, although a strong storm can't be ruled out in states north of here. There's a look at 7 p.m. on Wednesday. Temperatures in the 70s, and then we get into Thursday, and it looks like early on, maybe a little bit of wet weather for the morning drive. Rest of the day, we are all dry, and those temperatures on Thursday will take a bit of a tumble behind this system. Front moving through, so we're in that time of the year where it starts to warm up. We get a chance of rain, then the temperatures take the tumble, and you can see there Friday and Saturday, overnight lows back in the 40s. But the good thing is, just in time for the weekend, we have some nice sunny weather back. Saturday, fantastic 80 degrees there. Chance for shower returning in areas to the north on Sunday, and it looks like Monday. The European model, one of the long-range models, was coming in a lot wetter. I was noticing some of that new data coming in there on Monday, and I know meteorologist Jill Gilardi can tell us a little bit more about that, as Jill's been checking out some of the very long-range stuff as we go beyond the 7-day forecast.
Yeah, what's interesting, Wes, is especially the temperatures beyond the 7-day. There is that chance for a below average temperatures. I mean, you're talking about a big ridge probably across the west coast. So when that jet stream goes up way up high, it allows it to really heat up. And then when that jet stream dips down, it allows that cooler air to move in. So that is definitely a strong possibility as we go 8 to 14 days out from now. It doesn't, necessarily signal, frosty temperatures, but again, it's trending below average. And as you know, our average high this time of year is about 79-ish. So again, we could even be cooler than that for highs and some chilly overnight lows. Now, in terms of the precipitation outlook, we're neither in the wetter than normal prediction or drier, just kind of equal chances here. So as we've been mentioning, October tends to be our driest month of the year, and that is panning out, and hopefully that rain west pans out Wednesday and maybe next Monday, because as you were mentioning, maybe enough to settle the dust. I guess we'll take that if we can get it.
Yeah, well, Jill, you and I have talked about this past couple of weeks. When you get into these dry patterns like this, it's so tough to break the dry spell. So hopefully this system's able to generate a little bit of rain, but the guidance that we look at still showing that possibility for some wet weather, and it's our next best chance that we've seen in quite some time. Again, that's going to be Wednesday night and into Thursday. More on the seasonal changes as we continue here. We're going to check in with Mickey, and also we'll talk a little bit more about that long-range forecast as we join meteorologist Lenahan after the break.
When 6 on Your Side investigates, the issues that directly impact you matter most to us. This is why 6 on Your Side investigates.
These are your mornings, and Good Day Alabama is built to start them right. The only station staying local on all platforms all morning long. Prepare for a good day. Prepare with Good Day Alabama.
When 6 on Your Side investigates, the issues that directly impact you matter most to us.
That's why we're getting answers on rising prices and how you can save some money.
How events nationwide are affecting you here at home.
WBRC Fox 6 is always here on your side, ready to help. This is why 6 on Your Side investigates.
In a season of constant change, when you need to know first, when you need to prepare, only one team gives you the first alert. A trusted team staying ahead of what's next in your neighborhood. Stay alert. Stay with the First Alert Weather Team.
When 6 on Your Side investigates, the issues that directly impact you matter most to us.
Being another set of eyes looking out for your kids and your family.
This is why 6 on Your Side investigates.
Live, new, and on your side, beginning at 9 p.m., WBRC Fox 6 News breaks down what you need to know before anyone else on your favorite platforms every night. WBRC Fox 6 News at 9 and 10. On your side.
When 6 on Your Side investigates, the issues that directly impact you matter most to us.
That's why we're getting answers on rising prices and how you can save some money.
This is why 6 on Your Side investigates.
How will the weather impact your roads? The First Alert Weather app has live traffic updates and road conditions for a safer commute. This is why we First Alert.
WBRC Fox 6 News. On your side.
Welcome back to First Alert Weather Extra. I'm meteorologist Lauren Lenahan. Well, fall has been here for about a good month now, and we are feeling that nice crisp fall air in the air. But you notice those leaves outside. How in the world is the process through which they change? We check in with Mickey Ferguson and Matt Daniel, who explain.
Hey, let's get going. My buddy Matt Daniel here. We're going to talk a bit about fall and countdown to the holidays. Let's check it out.
Yeah. Halloween.
Woo. You scared me. That's 20 days away. 20 days. And I've already seen all the decorations up. I was driving around this weekend with the missus, and lots of folks decorating either for Halloween or they got the pumpkins.
You know, on Facebook, our own Russell Jones, I saw a bunch of Halloween decorations at their place.
He gets a little crazy with the decorations. I don't know if it's his idea or if it's his wife's idea, but they do a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then 44 days to my favorite holiday, Thanksgiving. You get to get together with family and friends. You don't have to buy gifts. You eat a lot of food, and then you watch football.
I mean,
how do you beat that?
You can't.
Okay.
All right.
Don't even try.
And then you got 75 days until Christmas.
Yeah, that's when we gotta go buy presents for everybody and get more socks you don't need. So 75 days away from that.
Hey, I love socks.
I gave you socks last year.
So anyways, you did, and yeah, they're great. Let's talk about fall, shall we? You know, one of my favorite things, Mickey, about the fall is the leaves changing those colors. That's the best part of it.
Yes, it is. Just driving around and starting to change into some parts of North Alabama and the mountainous areas there. The further north you go up through Mentone and some of those areas, it's looking nice.
Yeah, so this is how leaves change. Of course, in the spring and summer months, you get the heat, long daylight, so you get a lot of chlorophyll production. So you don't really see much in the way of changes in those colors. But
in the fall time, the sun's actually closer to our planet, but it's hitting us in the northern hemisphere at less of an angle, so we don't get as much sunlight on those leaves to produce the chlorophyll.
Right, so that's how it works. You got the chlorophyll, the green pigment in the leaves that helps trap it all. The sunlight creates the food and for those plants. So that happens during the growing season, but as you were just saying, we have less daylight as we go into the fall and winter months. So you have less of that sunlight, and therefore that's when you start seeing less chlorophyll production. And all that sunlight decreases the cell forms at the base of the leaf and stops carrying those fluids.
It affects the phylum and the phloem and the photosynthesis. The color change is when the fluids stop, sugar is trapped, new color pigments are produced prior to the leaves falling, and they look so pretty.
They do, and we love seeing those photos as well. So, you know, a lot of people are wondering if it's hot outside during the fall or if it's really dry or wet, how does that affect the colors of those leaves?
Well, let's get into it.
Yeah, so what about dry weather? Well, the leaf color can be muted and delayed, so that can kind of cause a delay. So that's where we've been, I would say, for the past 3 weeks or so. It's been pretty dry. But if it's been super wet, those leaf color changes on time and trends to be more vibrant. So right now, I would say we're closer to that delayed area more so than on time. But what about temperatures, Mickey?
Well, you have your warmer temperatures, and they have impacts too. Normally warm days,
We've got more clouds, warm nights. Those mute the colors as well. But then on the cooler nights and days.
Yeah, seasonally warm days like now, pretty much the past week or two. You get more sunshine, cool, crisp nights. Gives you more vibrant colors. So we're sort of like in between where it's been crisp and cool, but it also has been dry. So I don't think that's really going to cause a big impact. In fact, I'm already seeing some changes in those colors as well. So.
Yeah. You've been out raking any leaves yet or blowing those off the patio yet?
It's a constant nightmare.
Okay. And you got a fire pit too, didn't you?
Yeah, well, yeah. So, you know.
That's personal information. I don't know if I should share that.
It doesn't really matter.
Okay.
But either way, hopefully we'll have some nice colors, and we want to see those fall colors if you can. How do they do that?
Well, you send it in through our First Alert weather app, whether you've got fall colors or a new fire pit. You just scroll down to the bottom of the First Alert weather app, and you see where to submit photos and take it from there.
So the final bottom line of this entire discussion is that I have a fire pit, and Mickey got me socks, even though he's not a big fan of socks as gifts for Christmas time.
That's what it boils down to. Well, have a nice evening.
And unfortunately, we hate to announce that Matt and Mickey will not be getting their own talk show. So, over the next 7 days, we are going to be seeing a few changes in the forecast here and there. On Wednesday, we do have that first alert for some thunder showers. It looks like the timing favoring Wednesday afternoon and into the evening. And then that cold front is coming through, and that will knock temperatures down back into the 40s for Friday and Saturday morning. So beautiful start to the weekend. May see a couple of showers as we get into early next week. But Chief Meteorologist Wes Wyatt will give you the latest coming up tonight on First at 9. And check back in with us tomorrow here on Weather Extra. I'm meteorologist Lenahan. Have a safe and happy Monday evening.